This meeting is being recorded.
सलाम अलैकुम। आज का बाइबल पठन गिनती अध्याय 28, Numbers chapter 28. We are in the beautiful season of Ramadan, and by tradition all the Muslims distribute alms, pray, fast, and seek the grace of God. Ramadan Mubarak. Yeah, it's a beautiful season of fasting. उपवास का भोजन मिलता होता है, and it's always good to fast. Lankanam paramaushadham. That's what our ancestors have taught us, no? Lankanam, Lankanam. Lanka means not Ravana Lanka. Lankanam means fasting. This generation typically do not know Telugu, neither Telugu nor English, for that matter English. My students often say, सर आप क्या पढ़ा रहे हैं, कहाँ से पढ़ा रहे हैं, हमें कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहे हैं. Sir, we really do not understand what you teach us and from where you teach us. What can we do? It happens. So if we understand everything, then we think that we are God, and there starts the destruction. Numbers chapter 28, नित्य भेंट. तब यहोवा ने मूसा से बात की. Then God spoke to Moshe. उसने कहा, इस्राएल के लोगों को यह आदेश दो, उनसे कहो कि वे ठीक समय पर निश्चय पूर्वक मुझे विशेष भेंट चढ़ाए. उनसे कहो कि वे अन्न बलि और होम बलि चढ़ाए. यहोवा उन होम बलियों की सुगंध पसंद करता है. इन होम बलियों को उन्हें यहोवा को चढ़ाना ही चाहिए. उन्हें दोष रहित 1 वर्ष के 2 मेढ़े नित्य भेंट के रूप में चढ़ाना चाहिए. मेढ़ों में से एक को सवेरे चढ़ाओ और दूसरे मेढ़े को संध्या के समय. Usually the day in Israel starts by sundown, and for example Shabbat, on Friday sundown the Shabbat starts, and Saturday sundown the Shabbat ends. That particular period is called as the 7th day or the last day of the week, the day of the Lord, the day of rest. I have been there in Israel for 6 long years, so I have seen what Shabbat is, how Shabbat is practiced, how peaceful Shabbat will be, and how indeed the land of Israel is flowing with milk and honey. Not only milk and honey, I will add one more thing, wine as well. Everywhere, you will have grape wines, grape yards. And right in front of my apartment in Ramat Lekhi, there used to be a beautiful grapevine, and I used to literally pluck bunches of grapes. In each branch, there will be so many grape, much fruit. The land is very fertile. That is the promise of God. The desert will bloom. Indeed, the desert has come to bloom. So Israel is not only the land of milk and honey. Israel is also the land of milk, honey, and wine. Then when I told of something like I will do water purification or water desalination to Professor Aaron Gadangan sir, my postdoctoral supervisor, thinking that Israel is in need of water and I have to save Israel from thirsty and starvation of water. Then Professor Gadangan sir told, Dr. Indra Neel, you need not do water for us. You need not prepare drinking water for us. We do have sufficient reverse osmosis based plants. Yeah, Israel is very developed, even though Israel was once a desert, no different than Negev. Now Israel was advanced in science, technology, agriculture, aviation, name any sector. Israel has advanced, and Professor Gedankan will not beat around the bush. He wants only what he wants. He wants only those things that can really transform into money, that can be really commercialized. Dr. Indra, do not spend time on water purification project. We want only bioethanol project. He gives me a project and I need to confine only to that project. Of course, I am successful, highly successful, and published 35 papers with Professor Aharon Gadangan, sir. Otherwise, he will not give a penny. Yeah, of course, who will give? Who will give? Yeah. The challenges were many, and working with Professor Gadankan sir is literally a battle between David and Goliath, and God sustained me from Aaron Gadankan sir, I should say. Yeah, I was victorious. I am as well. इसके अतिरिक्त दो क्वाट अन्न बलि एक क्वाट जैतून के तेल के साथ मिला आटा दो. उन्होंने सिनाई सिनाई means not Zhongwen. Zhongwen means China. Chin. In Hindi, China is called Chin. Do not get mistaken, Sinai is not Chin. उन्होंने सिनाई पर्वत पर नित्य भेंट देनी आरंभ की थी. यहोवा ने उन होम बलियों की सुगंध पसंद की थी. लोगों को होम बलि के साथ पेय भेंट भी चढ़ानी चाहिए. उन्हें हर एक मेमने के साथ एक क्वार्ट. I live near a place. Okay, I don't want to talk about that. Quart means it's not. Okay. मेमने के साथ एक क्वार्ट दाक मधु देने चाहिए. उस पेय भेंट को पवित्र स्थान में वेदी पर डालो. यह यहोवा को भेंट है. दूसरे मेढ़े की भेंट गोधूली के समय चढ़ाओ. इसे सवेरे की भेंट की तरह चढ़ाओ. वैसे ही पेय भेंट भी चढ़ाओ. ये आग द्वारा दी गई भेंट होगी. इसकी सुगंध यहोवा को प्रसन्न करेगी. सप्त भेंट. सप्त means Shabbat. Shabbat is very special in Israel, and I am indeed privileged to enjoy the beautiful Shabbats. One remarkable thing I can never forget from Israel is the beautiful Shabbats. Remarkably, on Shabbat, all streets will be free from traffic. I wish whenever I see India and people laboring, toiling so much, working very hard, Indians are very hardworking. I pray that India be blessed like Israel, dust free, pollution free, prosperous, and people with so much peace and rest. This has been my prayer indeed. शनिवार को जो छुट्टी का दिन है, एक वर्ष के दोष रहित दो. Because of Roman Empire and flourishing of Roman Empire, Saturday was changed to Sunday. Only one nation that has not bowed down before the authority of man, but bowed down before the authority of God is Israel. That is why Israel sustained. Otherwise, Romans would have converted Shabbat in Israel also to Sunday. Yeah, no offense. A spade is a spade. Why to get offended? Israel is the only nation that has prevailed over many oppressive rulers, including Adolf Hitler. शनिवार को जो छुट्टी का दिन है, एक वर्ष के दोष रहित दो मेमने जैतून के तेल के साथ मिले 4 क्वाट अच्छे आटे की अन्न बलि और पेय भेंट चढ़ाओ. यह छुट्टी के दिन की विशेष भेंट है. For us, छुट्टी is Sunday. Of course, the Romans have changed everything upside down. We really do not know what is original and what is duplicate, and to that extent we have gone. In China, you will really know there are a variety of frankincense, and distinguishing the original frankincense from the duplicate frankincense is very difficult. Distinguishing the original rice from duplicate rice is very difficult. Distinguishing the original currency from duplicate currency is very different. I doesn't say that Chinese manipulate. I say that the advancement of technology in China is so much that China can literally create anything and everything. I have been there for 2 years, so I know. Rice can be manipulated, frankincense can be manipulated, currency can be manipulated, man can be manipulated now, robotics. Commercialized robotic systems are there, drones are there. China is advancing at a warp pace. यह भेंट नियमित नित्य भेंट और पेय भेंट के अतिरिक्त हैं. मासिक बाइट के हर एक महीने के प्रथम दिन तुम यहोवा को होम बलि चढ़ाओगे. यह भेंट दोष रहित 2 बैलों, एक मेढ़ा और 7 एक वर्ष के मेमनों की होगी. हर एक बैल के साथ जैतून के तेल. जैतून मीन्स ऑलिव ऑयल. जैतून के तेल के साथ मिले 6 क्वार्ट अच्छे आटे की अन्न बलि भी चढ़ाओगे। हर एक मेढ़े के साथ जैतून के तेल के साथ मिले 4 क्वार्ट अच्छे आटे की अन्न बलि भी चढ़ाओ। हर एक मेमने के साथ जैतून के तेल के साथ मिले 2 क्वार्ट अच्छे आटे की अन्न बलि भी चढ़ाओ। यह ऐसी होम बलि होगी जो यहोवा के लिए मधुर गंध होगी। पेय भेंट में 2 क्वार्ट दाख मधु, हर एक बैल के साथ 1/4 क्वार्ट दाख मधु। Something is missing, isn't it? Yes. दाख मधु हर एक बैल के साथ 1/4 क्वार्ट दाख मधु हर एक मेढ़े के साथ और 1 क्वार्ट दाख मधु हर एक मेमने के साथ होगी। मेमने मीन्स लैम्ब। यह होम बलि है जो वर्ष के हर एक महीने चढ़ाई जानी चाहिए। नित्य दैनिक होम बलि और पेय भेंट के अतिरिक्त तुम्हें यहोवा को एक बकरा देना चाहिए। वह बकरा पाप बलि होगा। You'll be surprised, all these daily sacrifices have come to a standstill ever since the Jewish temple was destroyed. And the third temple is going to be built again, and the daily sacrifices will be revived very soon. And that is the sign of the end times, sure sign of the end times. And we need to watch carefully what is happening in Jerusalem. The news has to be heard carefully. Every day I read the Jerusalem post. Pasah Parv. Pasah Parv means harvest festival. पहले महीने के 14 I have been there for harvest festival and Passover, and I have seen with myself all the Bible coming in front of my eyes, and I praised God that indeed the Bible is true. What I could not understand by reading the Bible, understood by seeing what it is. पहले महीने के 14वें दिन यहोवा के सम्मान में फसह पर्व होगा। उस महीने के 15वें दिन अखमीरी रोटी की दावत आरंभ होती है। यह पर्व 7 दिन तक रहता है। फसह मीन्स Passover. Yes, it's a Passover festival, not harvest festival. Sometimes I do mistakes. We are prone to do mistakes. यह पर्व 7 दिन तक रहता है। तुम वही रोटी खा सकते हो जो अखमीरी हो। Probably my battery is going down. I need to go in and charge it. Otherwise, I may forego the recording. अखमीरी हो। इस पर्व के पहले दिन तुम्हें विशेष बैठक बुलानी चाहिए। उस दिन तुम कोई काम नहीं करोगे। तुम यहोवा को होम बलि दोगे। यह होम बलि दोष रहित 2 बैल, 1 मेढ़ा और 1 वर्ष के 7 मेमनों की होगी। Yes, I'm charging the laptop. This is what exactly I demonstrate to the audience, because unless the laptop is connected to charger, we cannot have hope that the laptop is powered, charged. Likewise, unless we are connected to the true vine, Jesus Christ, we cannot bear fruit by ourselves. That's why Jesus Christ has said, I am the true vine and you are the branches. But for yourself abiding in me, you can never bear fruit. This is indeed true. If we do not charge our laptops per a day, for one day, what will happen? If we do not charge our phone for one day, what will happen? We cannot use our phones or laptops the other day, no? It's as simple as that. If we are not connected to Jesus Christ, as the branches abide in the vine, true vine, we cannot bear fruit. We cannot have life. That's why Mother Teresa often says, one of the journalists has asked Mother Teresa like this a question: Mother, you yourself are very fragile and very weak, but you have so many tasks to perform. You have so many things to care for. You have to care for hundreds of lepers. You have to care for the orphans, the dying, destitute. How will you do? Then Mother, in all her humility, has said, if I do not pray for 4 hours a day, I cannot accomplish what all I have been accomplishing for years, at least for one single week. With my own strength, I'm not doing. Don't think that I'm able to do this or with all my strength. I did all these things only because I prayed. I prayed to Jesus Christ at least for 4 hours a day. That is the secret of my strength, my power, my zeal, missionary zeal to care for the perishing, to care for the dying, to care for the unattended, unloved. And Mother Teresa was asked another question. Mother, you have been so many people with so many sicknesses, so many diseases. Among so many diseases or sicknesses, which one do you think is the most painful, most sorrowful disease, most painful disease? Then Mother had a very different answer that will really surprise us. Mother has answered, Mother Teresa, the saint of the gutters. Mother answered like this: being unwanted. Yes, indeed, being rejected. There are so many people all around us, especially in India. I have been in Israel, I have been in Korea, I have been in China. Nowhere I have seen the kind of poverty, nowhere I have seen the kind of citizens being not cared for, in which they need to be cared for. And the homeless, the dying, the destitute, the people on the streets, the jobless. I have never seen anywhere like this. No offense. We have to take the challenges, problems as an opportunity and give our best with missionary zeal to improve our living standards. And Mother Teresa has answered like this: being unwanted is the greatest sorrowful and painful disease I have ever seen. Many people died in my lap, in my hands, with joy, with contentment, with peace, because they were given the love of Jesus. That is what is needed. As Christians, we ought to show the love that we have received from Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ has given so many talents for us, so many talents. What are we going to use? How are we using the talents? Especially Christians. I'm not talking about those that do not know Jesus Christ. They do not know Jesus Christ. They are much better than us. Indeed, knowing Jesus Christ and not sharing his love, that is sin. Knowing what is good and not doing good, that is considered as sin in the sight of God. So, as Christians, we have greater responsibility to show the love of Jesus Christ and to transform the world into the kingdom of Jesus Christ, into the kingdom of God, into the kingdom of heaven, where the language is love, where the currency is love. तुम यहोवा को होम बलि दोगे, यह होम बलि दोष रहित 2 बैल, एक मेढ़ा और 1 वर्ष के 7 मेमनों की होगी. 1 वर्ष के 7 मेमनों की होगी. The way we read changes the meaning. एक मेढ़ा और 1 वर्ष के 7 मेमनों की होगी. 7 lamb of 1 year old. That is the meaning. We need to read with punctuation, with by understanding what it is. Reading, many think that it's a very poor way of conveying the message. No, it has its own potential utility provided we read it in the way it should be read. In olden days, in the uh, early church, there are only 2 ways of teaching, either by reading from the original text or by showing the life example. But for the reading from the original text, that is the Bible, the priest, the father in the Anglican church or the English church never allowed to give the sermon. The sermon has to be delivered by reading the original text. That's all, nothing else. Now everything has changed upside down. Now we have all kinds of PowerPoint presentations and all kinds of mobile phones and laptops and electronic gadgets, all kinds of recorded media, and that has corrupted the way preaching was practiced. हर एक बैल के साथ जैतून के तेल के साथ मिले हुए 6 क्वार्ट अच्छे आटे, मेढ़े के साथ जैतून के तेल के साथ मिले हुए 4 क्वार्ट अच्छे आटे, और हर एक मेमने के साथ 2 क्वार्ट जैतून के तेल के साथ मिले हुए आटे की अन्न बलि भी होगी. तुम्हें एक बकरा भी देना चाहिए, वह बकरा तुम्हारे लिए पाप बलि होगा, यह तुम्हारे पापों को ढकेगा. तुम लोगों को वे भेंटें उन भेंटों के अतिरिक्त देनी चाहिए जो तुम हर एक सवेरे होम बलि के रूप में देते हो. उसी प्रकार तुम्हें 7 दिन तक आग द्वारा भेंट देनी चाहिए और इसके साथ पेय भेंट भी देनी चाहिए. यह भेंट यहोवा के लिए मधुर गंध होगी। तुम्हें ये भेंटें होम बलि के अतिरिक्त देनी चाहिए जो तुम प्रतिदिन देते हो। तब पसह पर्व के 7वें दिन तुम एक विशेष बैठक बुलाओगे और उस दिन तुम कोई काम नहीं करोगे। सप्ताहों का पर्व, कटनी का पर्व। प्रथम फल का पर्व या सप्ताहों के पर्व के समय तुम यहोवा को नए फसल की अन्न बलि दो। उस समय तुम्हें एक विशेष बैठक भी बुलानी चाहिए। तुम उस दिन कोई काम नहीं करोगे। तुम होम बलि चढ़ाओगे। तुम होम बलि चढ़ाओगे। वह बलि यहोवा के लिए सुगंध होगी। तुम दोष रहित दो सांड, एक मेढ़ा और 1 वर्ष के 7 मेमनों की भेंट चढ़ाओगे। तुम हर एक सांड के साथ जैतून के तेल के साथ मिले हुए 6 क्वाट अच्छे आटे, हर एक मेढ़े के साथ 4 क्वाट और हर एक मेमने के साथ 2 क्वाट आटे की भेंट चढ़ाओगे। तुम्हें अपने पापों को ढकने के लिए एक बकरे की बलि चढ़ानी चाहिए। तुम्हें यह भेंट प्रतिदिन होम बलि और इसकी अन्न बलि के अतिरिक्त चढ़ानी चाहिए। निश्चय कर लो कि जानवरों में कोई दोष न हो और यह निश्चय कर लो कि पेय भेंट ठीक है। These are the commandments and the law regarding the daily offering sacrifices need to be performed by the high priest Eleazar after Aaron in the tabernacle of the Lord Most High. Once the third temple in Jerusalem is built, all these daily sacrifices will be resumed. आज का बाइबल पठन यहाँ समाप्त है। वालेकुम अस्सलाम।